Today I'm going to be showing you how to install a Blitz turbo timer on your Evo, sort of. Okay, so the reason why I say sort of is because I'm not doing the sort of classic install of the turbo timer. I am making it fit with a modified solution I've got on the car for a switch panel that I've made. So it's not exactly showing you how to install the turbo timer like textbook, but at least it gives you an idea of how to put a turbo timer on a car if you need to know. So this is what I'm on about here. So I've got my switch panel that's going to go on the car, and I've fitted the turbo timer harness onto the switch panel already because of how I want to use it. So my turbo timer is already part way through install, but I'll show you what I've done. One thing you need to do is, if you're putting this on an Evo 4, 5, 6, I think, you need to get yourself this here. You need to get, if you can see that, it is the MT4 HKS turbo timer harness for the Evo. If you get that, you don't need instruction on how to fit it. It's the easiest job in the world. If you don't get that, you need to wire into the ignition barrel, and it's a pain in the arse. So buy that, which is basically this thing here that I have butchered. Now the instruction manual, I've got the DTT DC4 original, brand new, old stock. I was really chuffed to find it. So this one's got, it's an auto turbo timer, which is what I wanted, but it's also boost gauge, and I don't want the boost gauge because I've got other gauges for that, so I'm not going to wire in the boost gauge, which is again why this isn't kind of a classic install of a turbo timer, but hopefully the wiring bit is useful. So if we toddle off to the car, I'll show you where I've got to. Okay, so in the car I've got the head unit here. The kit comes with everything you need anyway, to fit the boost and everything. I've already fitted the sticky back double-sided tape onto that there. That is going to fit, I think, here, like that is my plan. Should be easy enough to do. And down here is a control unit that does all the clever stuff. Already fitted the sticky back onto the back of there, and this just has a plug that goes into it. This is for the harness here. So if you plug the harness into the ignition barrel, then there's nothing else you need to do with that. This bit here is for the boost, and this little purple one here is for the handbrake. So what that means is, if you wire this into the handbrake earth, which is the connection on the handbrake that detects whether the handbrake's up or down, and you get the light on your dash, if you're wiring this to the handbrake earth, then when you release the handbrake, the turbo timer turns itself off as a safety feature. If you don't do this, don't wire this into handbrake, you just need to earth this onto the chassis of the car, otherwise the turbo timer won't work. So on my car, if you can see on the Evo 5, there's a perfect spot here where this will go, and it even fits into place. So without even sticking it, it just sits there. So once that's stuck into place, that won't be going anywhere. You can see that I've already earthed, just about probably down here, I've already earthed the part of the harness there. And if we look over here, apologies for the poor light, you can see here, again the kit comes with everything, I've already used the piggyback, like the wire T, and I've teed into the cable for the handbrake, which is there. I've taken off all of that while I've been doing other things, and this is the wire there, the purple wire that I'm just going to run all the way along there, up and round the back to there. So that's going to be the next job to do, and then when we've done that, we can get the harness into position. Obviously I'm doing other things, so I'm not sure how it's going to affect it, but we'll see how we get on. Okay, so now we've got the wiring sort of run here from the little control box, kind of where I want it to be, coming out here. We can now go and plug in the harness for the ignition barrel, which goes into here. You can see that goes in up there. We can do that now, and then we can kind of set it up, make sure it works, and sort of get the controller plugged in. Later. Now we've got all the wiring all tidied up and out of the way. The last thing to do is to plug in the controller and run that wiring where we want it, and then give it a test. We want this up here, like so. Just need to tidy that wiring up. I'll do that and won't video that because it's boring, and then we can put this panel back in place, secure that into place, and then yeah, see how it works.
A few moments later.
So now everything's back together. We've got our little control unit. It's going to sit there, but we can just try it before we do that. Obviously I've made a switch panel here, so it makes things a bit different, but it'll still work the same. Put in the key. It'll start beeping at me now because the door's open. And then we want to just put on the accessory. And then that's now working. So put the timer on. That's on manual. That's boost, which I don't care about. Boost, don't care about. Boost. Lap time off. That's automatic, 10 seconds, okay? So now if we kill the power here, hopefully, handbrake's on, that'll start counting down, and then after the 10 seconds, this will all switch off. Ooh. Awesome. Put it on again, and then now if we turn off and put the handbrake off, it should automatically switch off. If it does that, just need to stick that into place, and then that's the turbo timer install, sort of ish. I know it's not complete. Done. Awesome. Okay, so that is it. We are done with the turbo timer install. Hope it was useful. I know it's not the complete install and the standard install, but hopefully it's still useful for some people, maybe if you want to do the same sort of thing that I've done. But yeah, thank you for watching.